Hello, everyone. I'm Dan Lutz, and I'm here on the front lines. I think by myself. I do not know if Tank will be joining. I just figured I should go ahead and start. I haven't been able to reach him, so maybe he's overfilled with turkey and not able to participate, but that's okay. Anyway, I've got my wife did return. I try to find a good Thanksgiving background image. My wife did return. Took her, basically a little over a day, 30 hours or so before she arrived back here with turkey. So got it from her uncle's farm. So that was it's good. I haven't had a good turkey dinner in quite a while, and I do. It just it's hard to recreate some of those things. I'll have to figure out how we're going to end up cooking it. I do have it in a brine right now, and I need to get a pan because we don't have quite a pan. I have an oven, and it's a small oven compared to what normally have, but we've got a big turkey. But it seems like it'll fit. So anyway, I just wanted to make sure that we were going to not miss a day, even on Thanksgiving. It actually is Friday for me, but I'm doing my Thanksgiving on Friday because it's Thursday in America. So anyway, that's my turkey day is kind of getting set and ready. Couldn't find any cranberries, so I got cranberry juice, unsweetened cranberry juice, and gelatin. Now we have someone joining in. All right. Share the screen. Let's see. Hello.
Hello. I just want to tell you your Thanksgiving turkey is backwards.
Oh yeah. Well, that would take an extra couple of steps for me to go ahead and reverse it.
On YouTube, anyways.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah, I guess it's because I'm going through like two different things. It ends up flipping it around. So I've got to make.
Perfect in Zoom.
Yeah, it's in Zoom. It's fine. It's just when it goes through the software to get it onto YouTube, it's being reversed. So everything is through the looking glass.
Happy belated Thanksgiving.
Oh, I don't know. Is it belated for you?
Well, it's about 11:45, I think.
So it's okay. We've still got 15 minutes.
It's 12:03 Eastern Pacific time.
Oh, I see. All right, then belated it is. Right. For me, it's still Thanksgiving.
Okay.
So
Lisa's not around either?
Say again?
Lisa's not around either?
I'm not catching that first word.
I said Lisa is not around either?
Oh, Lisa. No, I have not heard from Lisa either. But anyway, maybe they're still having the tryptophan effect or something. I don't know.
So what do you think of what I sent you about Omar?
I have it queued up and ready to go.
Go for it. I'll get off and I'll watch from the other side.
Okay, go back to the other side of the looking glass.
Have a beautiful night.
All right. Thank you, and happy Thanksgiving. All right. So yes, I do have it queued up. So I'll finish my my Thanksgiving story. So I love cranberries. Couldn't find any. So I've got cranberry juice, unsweetened, and gelatin. So I'm going to mix that. But I also found strawberries, frozen strawberries. So I'm going to, mush them up and mix that in. So it'll be kind of cranberry sauce-ish, strawberry cranberry. Anyway, I'll make do. Mashed potatoes. I did get Philadelphia cream cheese, but I couldn't find butter, at least real butter. Everything here in the supermarket, it says butter, it's not butter. But I have to go to a certain store and find some from New Zealand that is real butter. And so I'll put that in with the mashed potatoes and broccoli with cream cheese, Philadelphia cream cheese. So anyway, that's kind of the menu. So as soon as we're done here, I'm gonna go back to working on putting that together. It's about 1 p.m. So this turkey's not in the oven, so that means it's going to be a late dinner today. But that's all right. So let's go ahead and we'll go ahead and take a look at what Bishop has said. Oh, see, that's where I was getting my turkey stuff. So let me go pull that up. Back over to Omar. There we go. So this is on Liberty Whip. Right. Guilty of treason? Question mark. See sworn witness testimony that just ended for spying Ilhan Omar. This is from the 28th. So this is, I would say, pretty much a Thanksgiving present. Right. Ilhan Omar in huge trouble after a Florida judge hears some evidence in a shocking case involving Congresswoman backyard dealings with Qatar and Iran. First, she was found guilty of breaking campaign finance rules by improperly using campaign money out of state travel while state representative. Secondly, conservative group Judicial Watch has called on the House Ethics Committee to investigate Omar for alleged offenses, including immigration fraud and other criminal offenses. And now this is new claims of Omar working for Qatar and Iran to steal sensitive information from the U.S. Interesting. Now that would be a spy. So she is definitely spying. It says here, spying Ilhan Omar. I'm going to highlight those things. There we go. So GOP USA reports that Ilhan Omar, recruited by a foreign government, received funding from a foreign government and passed sensitive information through intermediaries to Iran. According to the report, the claims came during testimony by Kuwait-born Canadian businessman Alan Bender, who was given evidence in the trial of Sheikh Khaled bin Ahmad Al Thani. The Qatar Emir's brother stands accused of ordering his American bodyguard to murder 2 people and of holding an American citizen hostage. His deposition, obtained by Ali Abian English, was authenticated by an attorney for the plaintiffs, according to the publication. Speaking from Toronto by video link, Bender told Florida District Court that he met with Qatar's Secretary to the Emir for Security Affairs, Mohammed bin Amin bin Daham. All of these names are very long. All right, we'll just call him Hamid, and 2 other senior Qatar officials. According to his sworn deposition, the 3 officials told him, if it wasn't for our cash, Ilhan Omar would be just another black Somali refugee in America, collecting welfare and serving tables on weekends. Oh, slam. All right. So she got money from them, I guess, to run for this office. Bender testified that officials asked him to recruit American politicians and journalists as Qatar assets, and that when he objected, was told that several prominent figures were already on the payroll. U.S. Congressman Omar was described as the jewel in the crown. He said. The deposition showed he further told the court that during a 2016 meeting with Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan, Omar swore allegiance to him. Oh, there you go. Dual allegiance, huh? Well, probably no allegiance to America whatsoever. It's just being there as a spy. At the same time, she was a junior state representative in Minnesota. Omar said to also have passed information to Qatar, which subsequently handed along to Iran, was actively involved in recruiting other American politicians to likewise work for Qatar, Bender testified. Well, there you go. That is a spy. That's also, I believe it's called hanging as the appropriate reason when you're a spy. So that's amazing. You know that this came out on Thanksgiving. So let's see, what else do I have here? So this is also something very interesting. Now, I'm closer over here to Hong Kong, so I kind of keep an eye on what's going on there. But this is also tells the story of what's happening in Hong Kong. Hong Kong stock plummets 75% in minutes. Wow. First China Capital Group, an investment holding capital, saw its equity standing on Hong Kong Exchange placed in a trading halt on Wednesday after it crashed 78% in minutes. The collapse would equally was just limited to China's First Capital. Another company was partially owned by the investment holding company. Also saw its shares initially crash 80%, but ended the session down 33%. Both moves wiped out $1.2 billion in shareholder value. Underscores how Hong Kong market is fraught with volatility. Well, that's even more than Bitcoin volatility. All right. You can also see the trend in the Hong Kong. This is over the last. What is that? Can't make that out. See if I can make that bigger. 2018 to 2019 to 2020. So yeah, you can see that the trend has been going down since Trump. All right. If you basically go backwards, you'll see that that's basically what it is. How do I get back out of this now? Back up this way. Maybe. Yeah, that's it. So on this, if you notice that Trump was, let's switch screens here. You'll notice that Trump has been making some efforts to support the protesters in Hong Kong. He even said that he's made calls to Ping, President Ping, Xi Jinping in China. I would suspect that these drops are more an effort by Trump and his levers, his magic wand, and he's pulling the levers behind the scenes to cause these drops as kind of a warning. Because this is a very tense time in Hong Kong, and they were being set to bring in the military and to squash this. So we're talking about millions of people that showed up to self-govern, to come to the polls. And I think Hong Kong's population is somewhere around 8 million, I think, something along those lines. I think that if you look, there was millions of people that went to the polls. It's an amazing amount that turned out. China has been saying that Chinese can't self-govern. That's why they need to have this iron fist. They need to be controlled. But that's the same rhetoric that's been given always, right? It's always the case where they want to basically say that the people can't govern themselves. Well, America was doing pretty well, being self governing. It's just that we've had to this secret stuff that's been going on behind the scenes to create a financial system that people didn't quite understand the joke. Right? They put things in place, and in the small print or in the subterfuge, the mirages, the mirrors, that they didn't let people see actually what was going on, and through this, small print, that they would create this system that enslaved everyone, put everyone into a system in which they could not really get ahead. There had the illusion of a ladder to climb, the American dream to own your own house where you could never own property. So these things were done because we were self-governing, because we were becoming abundant. And they needed to stop that, right? Because they don't want to share power. They don't want to share the value that is attained. They want to take. And they, whether it's dog eat dog world, isn't that horrible? I've never seen a dog eat another dog. But they make that out as the way we are as a people, and that's not what I see. Anywhere I've been in the world, it hasn't been anything like that. Right? Yes, there's people that end up doing bad things, right? Mostly because of desperation, poverty. They don't really. They're not working from their heart. They're working from their stomach, right? They need to eat something. So, this world is abundant. There shouldn't be people that are hungry. There has to be a system in place that allows for what we've known to be the case, but we know that there was something wrong. We just got to remove the wrong part. We talk about word landmines, right? You put this word out, it means something else in the system, and if you say this word, you're now in that system. These kind of things are stupid, right? We just have to realize and wake up to what's been there, and we have to move past it and put it all in the past. Create a world of abundance based upon our honor, our word, our integrity, and we have to act from that. And and we do our best as we can. Nobody is perfect, and the people out there that have been behind the scenes controlling things and doing things bad, it's time for you guys to just stop. Move beyond this and look for what the future will be. It's a bright future. It's not the doom and gloom. The ridiculousness of this climate gate, the fake idea that CO2 is a pollutant when it's what creates more oxygen. More CO2, plants create more oxygen. They grow bigger. That's the natural balance. And of all the CO2, in fact, we're CO2 deficient in some studies. We need to drive more SUVs. That's the logic, right? Which it doesn't work that way. These people are just about taking away from you everything. They want to basically regress everyone to before there was machines, before there was engines. Back to 1750. That's what Bill Gates talks about. Innovating to zero. Zero emissions. Innovation until we have no emissions. That also means no CO2 coming out of your mouth. So you have to capture it, right? Recycle it, and then what? Get taxed on it. You got to get a CO2 credit, so you got to pay to breathe. Believe me, that's where they want to go with it. They want to tax you for breathing. And then kill you off along the way anyway, because, that's just another means to basically depress her. These are some sick puppies. All right. So let's move on to a couple more things that I just lined up here. Let me switch back screens. So that's Hong Kong. This is one of our favorite topics, right? Not really favorite, but to see that this is what they're doing, the vaccines. The Gardasil, basically talking about how to bring this up. Now, I didn't read through this first. I was going to before we got on, but I got a little sidetracked. But anyway, I'm not going to go through that one. Let me see where's the other. Oh, this is this one. So this is about the post office that's in Washington D.C. The first post office. I don't know first, but this historical building that Trump took and made into a hotel. And really, there's some idea here that this is an important asset in taking over the cabal system. And I think it was done on purpose. And it kind of felt that way when I started talking about this, right? So let's blow this up and take a look at this. I wonder, does that show? Give me a second. Does that actually show up this way? It does. Okay, good. That's good to know. All right. So Washington Landmark, 1899 Post Office Tower on Pennsylvania Avenue, the second tallest building in Washington. Look out of place in the Federal Triangle of neoclassical government buildings constructed mostly in 1930s. To complete the triangle in an architecturally compatible style, the government wanted to tear it down, leaving only a building's clock tower to rise above the replacement in homage to Richard Smithsonian. I don't know that name. Romascu structure that would be no more. His name might be no more. Right. In 1970, the plan gave rise to Don't Tear It Down, the organization, now the D.C. Preservation League, that successfully fought the demolition. Yet efforts to rescue the old building as offices for a federal agency with a ground floor court, food court pavilion below the roaring 9-story atrium also failed. The old post office was a preservationist success, was a governmental flop. A federal white elephant saved from the wrecking ball, but for what? In 2011, the General Services Administration, which owned and manages the federal properties, invited interested parties to consider prospects. More than 80 essentially showed interest. Ultimately, 10 firms made firm proposals. Last August, which would be in 2014, the agency signed a 60-year lease with Trump organization to renovate and convert the iconic building into a luxury hotel. Trump formally takes possession on Saturday, following work to begin a $200 million makeover. The deal was also includes a 20-year lease renewal. Okay, that's interesting. So now we're getting to some Q posts here, right? And looking at this, what time frame it is, is that 3:15, 3:14. So there are two former Postmaster General suites that are presidential suites. This is key. Russell J. Gould, right? Is the Trump Hotel. There's an O in here spelt that way. I wonder if that's on purpose. you know, formerly the post office sovereign land. Trump's state, he is preserving the assets, and it's best to deal on the table with the American people. This one. The main building will have 271 rooms. Price will be determined. Includes 2 presidential suites of the former Postmaster General offices. That must be important. So let's go over to this other one over here. Why Trump? Mr. Tangerlani, who became the agency's acting administrator in April 2012, the administrator last July said it was a combination of viability of a business plan that quality of committed to preserving the asset in the sense that this was the best deal on the table for the American taxpayer. So I don't know why that was, with the presidential suites one, that's kind of interesting. Okay. So where we go one, we go all. We're talking about that. Is this still the same thing? Yeah. Well, anyway, I'll just say on this Russell J. Gould stuff, I'm not up to speed on all of it. It does sound interesting, and I see that there. I'm going to investigate it at some point. I got to cut out a block of time to dive into it. It really has to do with, again, what I was discussing, these word landmines that are out there. You step on the word and says investment. Oh my goodness, you're all in their jurisdiction because you said the word. These kind of things, as I said, are ridiculous. But apparently, this system of grammar, proper grammar, structuring, punctuation, creates a system. And I'll go on a limb here, and forgive me if I'm not saying things correctly. More land bombs, word bombs. That it is a logical system that creates a mathematical computation that turns out to be either true or false, a lie or truth. And I see that as a very interesting way to construct maybe smart contracts on the blockchain. So again, I don't know enough. I just have an idea that might work out in a way of constructing contracts. In the system I had designed before, I'll switch screens over here one second. Okay. In the system that I was designing before, I called Persona Me. That this system was about creating personas for you, and you'd have different personas. So if you were a chef or you had a hobby doing this, you adapt that persona, your social persona, and work within those groups and create a persona that would do things. That was the basic idea behind it. But in doing so, there would be contracts put together. And there would be ways of you to come to agreement with people that were laid out in an architecture that would make assembling contracts simple by what you needed to do. And so there was a logic behind it. It was like adding this plus this equals that. So that's why this thing with Russell J. Gould, or his original partner that came up and invented this technology of wordsmithing, I think has some place. So I'm going to be looking into that. It does fascinate me. So let's move on here. I'm just going to go and look at our group here and see what do we have going on. We've got 54 viewers, 20 likes. Hey, why don't we have 55 likes? Come on, guys, hit the like button. It should be automatic. Just unless you don't like it, you can put your thumbs down. let's see. Well, first I'll say Happy Thanksgiving to everyone anyway, because you see all the turkey signs in here. If there's any questions or if anyone would like to join in, well, again, I can't have you join in. I could have started this with my own Zoom, and then I could give out the link. I gotta think about that. Well, that's it. Well, that's all we have on there. So let's go back then over to here. I was going to check out something before I came on. I didn't, but let me switch back over to the screen. There we go. Let's see if there's anything from Q that I know we kind of let things go. We'll go back a little bit and see what we have here. I know that these things have been talked about, so we're going to try and go through them. I think we're back here, somewhere around the Great Awakening. It's going to be biblical, is that right? Great Awakening again, that's the second one. I think Paris, no, we didn't do that one. This one, Senate is the target. So yeah, we've been out of it for a little while. So let's just go from here. Yeah, the Great Awakening. I'm going to go through these pretty quick and see if anything is going to catch our attention. Yes. Actually, this one guy down here that doesn't have a sign, doesn't he remind you of Biden? Hunter Biden? Biden. Hunter is going to be bound, I think, soon. That's a good selfie right there, right? So, all right, let's go on. Let's just say the corrupt system has been ripping off the U.S. taxpayer. We're going to be sending massive amounts of money that simply goes into other people's personal bank accounts. Yeah, that's what POTUS said. Yes, I caught when he said that. Yeah, that's about right. So foreign aid goes to a country at X, and then goes into the personal bank accounts of U.S. Persons involved. Interesting, isn't it? Think Iran. Oh, wow. If you think Iran, who sent a lot of money to Iran? Wasn't that Obama? Was that 150 billion? And on cash on pallets, right? You know, in a big planes, right? Let's bring some cash there. Where did that go? Okay, think Paris Accord. Okay, an attempt. Oh, that says attempt. All right, so that's good. That didn't work. Think all. Yeah, all of the foreign aid. Corrupt system. Do you think George Soros is spending his own money? No. So he's a billionaire, so he can do all these things. No, he's taking our money and doing it. U.S. taxpayer payments aid directly, indirectly to George Soros organizations. So we're paying for our own, for him to basically foment a revolution in our own country. All right. Ari drops foreign aid. Or reread foreign aid. Okay. There's YouTube. Listen carefully. Let's see. Returning to power to the people, draining the swamp. POTUS is fighting for you. It's been a long time since we had a non-corrupt POTUS who cares for the people. Let's see. We've got 2 YouTube in here. Let's go quickly there. Let's see what comes up.
We are joined right now. It is our great pleasure to welcome the President of the United States, Donald Trump, calling in.
Yeah, that will be a little bit long to go through that, so let's skip that.
Mr. Trump.
All right. And this one. Though, you know, I tend, more than any other president, I tend to listen to everything that Trump has to say.
Our movement is about replacing a failed and corrupt political establishment with a new government controlled.
Yeah, we've seen that, so we'll skip those. And we're going to go through this pretty quickly. So, Rudy Giuliani about to expose massive pay-for-play scheme under Obama administration. It's going to be biblical. So I know in Pursuit of Truth, Sir Patrick Mack there, he talks about this being a Bible, meaning that it's a bunch of different books, or in this case, a bunch of different ledgers. And he just did a very big thing on Paul Manafort and tied it all together. Very good one. I think that was yesterday or 2 days ago. So I encourage you to check that out because he really lays out what everything about Paul Manafort. So I encourage you to see that one. Okay, so Rudy is saying, I discovered a pattern of corruption that the Washington press covered up for years. I'm also going to bring out a massive pay-for-play scheme under the Obama administration that will devastate the Democrat Party. Do you honestly think I'm intimidated? So this is, I think, is very much real of what's going to be happening. It's going to be devastating to the Democratic Party. It's not just this pay-for-play. This is just opening the door. It really is. We're going to get to the Pettivore, situation with this as well. All right, so it's going to be biblical, I would say, right to Moloch. All right, so let's go on. 3625, Senate, DHS, and Government Affairs Committee investigate Obama administration Burisma in Ukraine. There's a lot more to that that's also coming out. Very, very interesting. How Burisma actually money came from them. It's probably the 7.2 billion. How much of that made it into their hands and went back into Hillary's hands to pay for the investigation on the Russian collusion? How about that? All right, so let's see. What does this say? Hunters become the hunted. Taking us to a Reuters, Ukrainian Burisma. It's a PDF file. So loading. Sort of. Well, that's interesting. Is it going to load? Oh, here it is. Okay. Okay. So this is from I think this is from Lindsey Graham. No, this is Grassley. That's right. So Grassley is basically to assist in the examination of these matters. We're requesting a copy of all suspicious activity reports that their related documents have been filed regarding the following individuals: Hunter Biden, Devin Archer, Christopher Hines, Karen Turano, Sally Painter, Burisma Holdings, Rosemont Seneca Partners, Rosemont Seneca Bohai LLC, Rosemont Capital, and Bohai Harvest Art ST, and Blue Star Strategies. Interesting. So they're digging into the information. All right. So hunters become the hunted. Senate was the target. General Flynn was targeted and sentenced because he knew too much. That's right. Targeted in silence, gagged for a reason. Pain is coming. So it'll be great to make him back, put him right back in place where he would be Trump's. The job he was going to have was, I guess, what was the position? I forgot. He was going to be a high position inside of the campaign. So General Flynn is now tweeting this out about these guys. Well, this is no good. These three together on videos, on Wiener's laptop, these two, horrific. I don't even want to discuss it. It's Thanksgiving. All right. Next, Q will be using original photos of POTUS belongings to prove authenticity of Q's next trip code. All right, so because they have to change this trip code. So this, I'm going to highlight it. This right here is a trip code. So that is what identifies that this is actually coming from Q. You'll notice that it always has it. There's at the beginning of every one. So it's always going to be there to identify them. But because of the changeover that had to occur, that they were taken down, they got rebuilt as 8-chun instead of 8-chan. They're going to have to replace this. So that's what they're going to talk about. Look for these objects. All right, let's go on. So we're talking about enemy of the people. Are you? Yes, you are the news now. There we go. Facts matter. Let's see. Where is this Twitter going to take us to? This is in incarnated ET thread. All right, ladies and gentlemen, and I'll present to you the fake news, their duplicity, their hypocrisy, their agenda, their coordinated efforts, and outright lies. Side by side for easy dissemination, just like Q asked, a thread. Yes, I've seen the others talking about this. It's like Melania Trump's RNC fashion, right? A scary statement. Why is that scary? What is scary about that? I mean, maybe don't like those kind of sleeves, but it's not scary at all. And look at Hillary over there. That reminds me of a straight jacket. Wish it was, but it's from the same person. It's basically fashion writer Elizabeth Wellington, right? She's putting comparing side by side. So who is there bias? Of course. You're the news now, Walter Cronkite. There's one on Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, AOC. Rand Paul, Ilhan Omar, and bipartisan group of lawmakers sent a letter to Trump urging the president to remove U.S. troops from Syria. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez to love war, blast Trump's Syria withdrawal. Oh yeah, very confusing, isn't it? Right? They don't know what they're doing, one way or the other. All right, so we kind of know this. Let's move on. So this is a new board created. All this is about the new 8-kun, so we don't need to go into that. Make Iran great again. So MIGA, MIGA. Together we are strong. So it looks like that's coming out of Iran. And Iran's been kind of trying to shut down the internet there. Q supporters in South Korea. There we go. We stand united. Where we go one, we go all. .love is our website. Please go ahead and sign up there. Join us. Join the rebellion. All right. Collage of the media's oppression with Q. Obsession. I'm sorry. Obsession. Yeah, this is oppression. Obsession with Q. A snippet from the CIA's memo on its media strategy. Graphic, all right. Trump's encouraged QAnon may result in violence. Just ask the FBI. Yeah. Let's see. QAnon.pub. There we go. Where does QAnon come from? I don't see any violence here. It says we're in idle mode. Are we still broadcasting? A little thing came up. Let me see. No? Yeah, we're still broadcasting. At least I think so. Okay. Sorry, I had to fix that. The Zoom had clipped. It basically stopped. I think it was idle for 40 minutes, and so I guess it automatically stops. But I think we were still broadcasting. Okay. Let's just there's a lot here, but let's just move on. There'll be a lot to get into this. So let's see. Next is 3633, list of military intelligence acronyms. AFIC, AIA, DIA, ESC, ITAC, NOIC, NPIC, NSA, SRD, and EIEIO. That's a lot of agencies. The alphabets. All right, we're getting to the end of the line here. So Democrats have been deliberately selling out our country to foreign entities. Yeah. So D's internally infiltration issues with prospecting and national. NAT is national. Can't know what that is. And SEC. I don't know. So deliberate. Do you believe in coincidences? DF Chinese spy inserted 20 years ago. Yeah, that's Dianne Feinstein. Awan IT scandal. Omar paid foreign agent. Clinton server China relay. Direct relay Iran pre and post Iran deal. Future marker. Oh, that's a future marker. They want to keep this for the future. All right, carry relay Iran pre-post Iran deal, future marker, another future marker. Okay. If known, why is it allowed to happen? If known, will there be justice? This is only a matter. It's only a matter of time. I hope so. We definitely need to drain this swamp. Okay, Official Secrets movie. All right, that's a movie about the official secrets. You can go take a look at that. It kind of tells a story about the lead up to the Iraq War and how it was based on lies. What it's about. Fake news links QAnon to Russia bots. Oh yes, Russian bots are the reason why I'm here. Obviously, right? Why are the biggest media companies in the world constantly attacking if we're simply a conspiracy LARP? Who controls the media? The six. Who controls the six? Banking, logical thinking. Well, that's it. We've caught up to Q. We're here through November 26th. All right. Go ahead and switch this back over. Gotta resize this. Well, anyway, I appreciate everyone for joining in for today on this holiday time. It seems that it was only me today, but that's okay. I'm going to get to making my turkey, and I look forward to being back tomorrow. So I'll see you then. Thank you for joining me, and happy Thanksgiving.